All the men and women of God, it doesn't matter where you are, I honor you. But especially my biggest salute is the next generation of warriors, the Joshuas that are about to emerge. I have a message for you from God tonight. Before I deliver it, let me say this. This one is general. There are 4. Kairos moment is what you have entered. Kairos moment. Timing. There is divine timing. And there are 4 types of Kairos. A Kairos moment is divine timing. It's different from the general time. What they call Chronos. There are 4 types of Kairos. Number 1 is personal Kairos. When the purpose of God for your life, the plan of God for you as an individual is ripe. A Kairos moment is like that time when the baby is ripe in the womb. So labor starts. That's Kairos moment. It's not like when you conceive that child. It's not like the 3 months into pregnancy. This is the time of birthing forth. I'm talking to everybody now. A second type of Kairos is corporate Kairos. When an organization, the purpose, you have been working for years. You've been in obscurity. The Bible says John the Baptist remained in the wilderness until the time of his showing forth to Israel. Now, an organization can be in existence, but all the while, all they are doing is like a club that is practicing. They have never had the opportunity to play World Cup or to play national championship. That group has been on the cooler preparing. There is a season when preparation meets divine timing. For you and the church and the ministry, you have both entered the season of Kairos. The woman has 2 major assignments. There is one that has to do with femininity. That one is based on the body and the emotions. And that's what majority of women are pursuing. And that's why they are useless, because that's the one Satan can manipulate. That's why he can turn a woman to a Jezebel and all of that. Is you hear about the feminine movement, yeah, but there is womanhood. That one is a calling. And that office bets in 2 dimensions. In the physical, it bets the next generation. It bets human beings. It bets children. You see that equipment, technology that God put in you to be able to take a child from this man that wouldn't have come to this earth if you had to leave him alone. No matter how he tries, no matter how he fasts, no child can come. But he has it in his loins until you join him and collect it. And you nurture it and finally give it back to him, a full-blown woman. And after he's born, you take the child again and nurture it and finally give it to him, a son. It's the woman that bears the baby. It's also the woman that helps in the making of a son. The man has a role in that second dimension, just like he has a role in the first. What is his role in the first? Just as a farmer to plant the seed. But it's the woman that does the work for 9 months. The ministry of intercession and supplication is what it takes to bet the next season. So the same way you bet in the natural, that's how you bet in the spiritual. When I walked in here, the presence of God was here. And I knew it had nothing to do with the stadium. It's because this ground is holy ground. There is a praying army in this church. I had a crusade in the US this year and some other things, you know. I've been coming to the US, but this year I saw something I've never seen before. I didn't know that the pastor's wife took a group of women and started the daily prayer. They planned for the prayer to last about 90 days. That prayer went on for 4 years non-stop, every day. And it's 5 a.m. in United States. Those who cannot come physically will join. And this lady is a medical doctor, very busy. Those who cannot come physically will join online. Before they knew it, that prayer movement gave birth to another prayer movement. By the time I came to the conference, it's like there was no more demon. They had so disciplined the atmosphere, the kind of things that happened. There was even no struggle. The move of the Holy Spirit was so deep because of a group of praying women. Just like you have a natural womb to birth, that's how it is in the office of a womanhood. There is an office. It's a calling. That's why it doesn't matter this madness that is going on. You can go and buy something and put in your front and call it breast. Buy something, put behind. Convince yourself that you're a woman. Meanwhile, you're a man. You're wasting your time. Womanhood is a calling. Womanhood is a calling. Just like you have the calling of an apostle, you have the calling of a pastor. It's a calling. It's a calling. Destinies of nations, destinies of churches, destinies of men and women of God. And this is why Satan, when he grabs a woman, there are some he now conditions to be abortion, to be the instrument of abortion for destinies. There are no normal girls. You sleep with them, you are finished. There is a group he so designs and releases into the system to assassinate prophets. You know about Jezebel. The antidote to Jezebels is an intercessor. It's the office of a woman. So I want to drop this so that we can talk. There are 4 types of kairos. First is personal. Second is corporate. It deals with the organization you are leading. So even organizations have a season when their own season has come. The third is divine kairos. That one is not initiated by us. It has nothing to do with us. It is God's own timing. When God, the purposes of God in his heart, what the Bible calls the fullness of time. The time has come for it to manifest. The third church reformation has started. It's still at the betting stage. I'm talking about the third and final move of God. We have reached the bottom as a nation. We have reached the bottom as the church. There is no other place to go. It's now time to begin to cry out to God for a new visitation of God. God is raising reformers. God is raising the last generation that will run and finish this task. God is raising nation shakers. And the reason I always look out for the timing of God is that you don't want to move ahead of him. One of the things you will have to find out about yourself, just like you found the first lady, married her, you also have to find the other people that heaven sent along with Pastor Ndukwe. You are not sent alone. But the issue is that when the people arrive on earth, every destiny has partnership required to bring it to pass. The vision might be given to you, but you are not the only person that can bring it to pass. It was the first big thing I had to crack when God called me. So, to lay to rest this subject of Kairos, if you notice, 2 attempts have been made on that man. Attempts have been made to put him in jail. Attempts have been made to disgrace him. Don't think that when God calls you, the kingdom of darkness will throw a party for you and start clapping for you. They will do everything to thwart it. That's why the office of the woman and the office of the intercessor, those 2 offices are critical. If you are married to a man of God, you need to understand what you are called to do. Because there is divine kairos, but there is demonic kairos. When Jesus was arrested and he was being taken from one judgment to the other and finally to Pilate, he told the people, he told his disciples, don't intervene. This is the time for the kingdom of darkness. But what the devil does is that he wants to convert God's timing and add to his own. If he senses that the people of God are blind, if he senses that the man whose time has come does not know, he takes your time and adds to his time. He made an attempt to get Jesus killed when he was born. And don't think because he was a son of God that he could not be killed. Because he was a human being and he was a baby. If Joseph was not listening, if Mary was not in tune, he tried to kill Moses when he was born. He put a decree assassinating every baby that is born to make sure that the deliverer does not survive. And this thing I'm talking about, in the case of Jesus, babies were killed for 2 years. They went back to 2 years before Herod got that information, and they started killing from 2 years old till newborn babies to make sure that the deliverer, the savior, does not escape. The most vulnerable time for a woman is when you are in maternity. The book of Revelation showed a woman that was traveling, that was pregnant, and the dragon was right there. This is Kairos moment to abort that whole thing. He wanted to kill not only the baby, he wanted to eliminate the woman that was giving birth to him. Why are you facing a lot of assaults? Why is so much barrage of attack hitting you from left and center? Because you are carrying a destiny. The armed robbers will never go to a building where there is no treasure. Nobody goes to rob a place where there is nothing. Nobody will come arm an army to go to an uncompleted building where nothing is hidden. Why are you facing all these attacks? Oh, because you are anointed, because you are chosen, because you are one of those who will be the answer to your generation. I always warn parents, if you are giving birth to children, you find that there is a particular one. There is so much attack around that child. Protect that child. That is a child of destiny. You can give birth to Miriam, nothing will happen. Give birth to Aaron, nobody will happen. The day the Moses is coming forth from your house, all hell will break loose. Satan goes after those who are next in line for the throne, who are next in line in destiny. And his most critical timing is when you are very close to your breakthrough. That's when, you know what happens in the night? When it gets darkest. It's between 12 midnight and 3 a.m. Then he reaches the peak around between 1 and 3 a.m. and he reaches that peak just before the day starts breaking. When your day is about to break, that's when he mounts the greatest assault. Just like when the baby is about to come out. In aircraft, we are told that a movement of an aircraft has 3 major sections. There is a takeoff, there is a cruising stage, then there is landing. Have you noticed what they do during takeoff? They shut down all entertainment. They shut down refreshment. They don't even allow people to move around. They get everybody seated with their seat belt. They give you a set of instructions. And that's what I came here to read. Those instructions. Because Kairos moment is takeoff time. But if you succeed, you get to another season when you can cruise. And then you can cruise for years, enjoying the victory, the result of the price you paid during takeoff. Things will become so easier, and you'll be wondering, but is it not the same message I'm preaching now? Why is everybody responding? But I preached it then. You have come out of kitchen. It is now time to serve the food. It's a new season. It's a new climate. Because I've been through the seasons, I know how to recognize them. At the takeoff season, just to raise 1 million will look like you will need, as if all your faith in the whole world, as if your heart will fall out. You get to cruising, 1 billion is even easier than 1 million. But you see, what the pilot do and the crew is that they cancel every other activity and focus on breaking the resistance, which is the power of gravity. That thing that holds people down, that will not allow them to manifest. That thing that holds the aircraft down, that will not allow it to fly. That thing, all of that weight, plus the pull of gravity, you declare war on it. And that's what they do. That time you see them running on the wrong way. They focus all their engine power to break through gravity. That's what you need to do now. Pay the price, spend the money, let them pay the price in prayer, pay the price in finance, pay the price. When you finally get there, it will pay you 100 times, it will pay you 1 million times everything that you spent. Your wife cannot be in maternity and they are crying that they need operation, they need all that. And that's when you want to save money. You want to save money? You will lose your child and your wife. And after you lose it, you will waste more money burying them. And you will waste more money paying for what you did. When you get to your Kairos moment, concentrate all your effort, concentrate all your energy, concentrate all your networks, concentrate all your resources, concentrate all your relationships to break through. Because I have seen people who played with their Kairos. First lady, you know, when a baby overstays in the birth canal, the baby dies. And that thing that killed the baby can also kill the woman. I've seen what happened when people miss their season. You can get it back, but sometimes it's 40 years cycle before it comes back. In the case of a baby, it will take another 9 months. After conception, why do you want to do that a second time? There are some seasons you miss. It will take you years before you get back there. Even after repenting, after confessing, the timing, the cycle will have to complete before you can get back that opportunity. Because a ball has been passed to you and your job is to score it, and you're playing around. When Satan collects the ball for you, he means business. He's going to score. And he won't just score once, he will score. So when finally that opportunity comes back, you have to first recover the ground you have lost before you start making progress. That's where some people are. Where they are now is that